Czarinaty. It's the new podcast on your airwaves, and we are here to stay. This is the place where it's all about creating and protecting your peace while living your healed and happy life. Start your journey to peace today. Create your peace. Live it, wear it, be it. If you don't have peace, get you some. You know it's peace, it's serenity.
All this good energy, spreading positivity. You don't know what the place.
You know it's peace, it's serenity.
You can come and catch a vibe. Just listening will reach your mind. It's all a part of God's
You know
design.
it's peace, it's serenity.
All this good energy, spreading positivity. You don't know what the place.
You know it's peace, it's serenity.
You can come and catch a vibe. Just listening will reach your mind. It's all a part of God's design.
What's up, Peace Squad, and welcome to the Peace and Serenity Podcast inside the Peace and Serenity Lounge on Mixed Talk Radio. I am your host and virtual peace influencer, Serena Linnell, and I am your girl who is all about peace and serenity. This is the place where it's all about finding, creating, maintaining, and protecting your peace. Here on the Peace and Serenity Podcast, we will have fun, we will have conversation, and we will definitely have peace. There's 151 countries, y'all, but there's only one peace and serenity. If you don't have peace, get you some. You are tuned in to Peace and Serenity Podcast, whether it's the start of your day, the middle of your day, or the end of your day. We are so glad you tuned in to recharge, refuel, and refocus while riding this peace party train. It's the hottest new show, y'all. Let's go! Welcome to the Peace and Serenity Radio Podcast. I am your host, Serena Linnell, and you know I am your girl who is all about peace and serenity. This is the place where it's all about finding, creating, maintaining, and protecting your peace. Listen, our guest is from the state of Ohio. She is an entrepreneur and philanthropist. She has dedicated her life to helping others by uplifting them and encouraging them to be their best selves and speak their truth. Our guest is a graduate of Stark State College and Harvard Business School online. Since the passing of her grandmother, where she made a promise to no longer stand still in life, she has developed a youth program, opened a child care center, started a podcast, just to name a few. She has made it her mission to uplift, inspire, and empower women, dedicating her life's work to her mother, who passed away in October of 2019. Even after the passing of her mother and her late husband, who passed away in 2020, this woman continues to smile and show up to do the work to encourage, inspire, and empower others, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the Peace and Serenity Virtual Studio, Miss Yvette Lloyd.
Hey. Yes. Hey.
Girl goes crazy. Hey, girl. How you feeling? Oh my gosh.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so good. Listen, thank you so much for just accepting the invitation to chat with me on this platform. I'm so thankful and grateful and honored. I don't take this lightly at all.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So, I invited you to the show because the month of July is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. And we're going to crush a few myths today. And the myths that I want to kind of highlight is, and I'll read all of them. There's 4. 1, mental health does not exist in our communities. 2, people who experience mental health challenges can't be successful in life, or they're crazy. People who experience mental health challenges are weak. And lastly, going to see a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or a counselor is a bad thing. So we want to touch, hopefully we can get to all 4 of those today and just kind of touch on it. I just think, it's interesting this, just the way that people view mental health in general. And I feel like after the pandemic, after last year, I think we're hearing more about it. And the conversation is happening a lot more, which is great. But there's still some people out there, who just has not gotten it yet. So,
I think it's a lot of people is talking about it because it's trendy. Mm-hmm. And I feel like some of them really aren't really taking their own advice into action. Mental health is very important. I don't even think sometimes people don't even know the extent of it because no one holds them accountable for their actions. Everybody needs to get checked every now and then.
Yes. Just like we check our physical health every year, we need to check our that just needs to be a part of, we just need to make that normal. It's okay. And sometimes people are experiencing the mental health challenges and don't even realize what they're going through. Like they don't even know.
Yeah.
And so, no, that's good. Yep. I agree.
True. That's why, I think it's been like 3 months now, about 2-3 months. I took a break from podcasting. Mm-hmm. It was like I had to because I felt myself breaking down, but I still have to post a few things here and there because, to keep everybody going,
keep the momentum and
just keep everything going and let people know I didn't fade away.
Right.
But it's like, you got to take care of yourself. Sometimes most of the time, I don't like contradicting myself. I can't speak life into somebody when I'm not speaking life into myself. So I had to really set myself to a side because if I'm interviewing women and talking to them and then I turn around and get them advice and I'm still battling things, I just felt like it wasn't right. And the only way I could be right until I get myself right,
to kind of deal with what you were going through and get yourself in a space where you felt like you could continue to pour into other people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes total sense. So, we're talking about mental health, and here we're all about, peace and serenity. And in my fight and in my journey of fighting breast cancer, I found peace while going through that journey. Have you ever experienced a traumatic, situation where you found either peace while going through it or peace after the lesson learned?
I went through a whole thing, losing my husband lost his mom first. So he lost her January 2019, and then I lost my mom October 2019. So that was like traumatic for both of us because we're battling both of our emotions. We trying to uplift each other up, and it may be a day we both going through it at the same time. So that took a lot on. In between that, before my husband passed December last year, I was going through a lot with my daycare center and everything, with pandemic and dealing with staff and dealing with keeping it running or dealing with friends betraying me, it's different things, a lack of communication. So it was like through it all, I still tried to find myself to keep pushing and keep going because if I wouldn't, I had got to a point where I was just so sick that I could have took my own self out just from my blood pressure being high and sugar being low, different things like that. So I had to check myself and get myself back together because everybody's going to lose me too, So it's just, I found ways of peace with me podcasting, talking to different women, going through different things. It helped me while I was helping them. And it's like we help each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel that just spoke to me. I feel that because there is something about when you're going through something still uplifting other people, and just kind of like the words that they speak back to you, or just how they appreciate, you going through the experience, sharing the experience, it does something to you. It's gratifying, and it helps us and lifts us up. It's like, okay, we think we helping them, but they in turn are helping us at the same time. And so, no, I totally get that. Oh my goodness. Let me first say, I'm so sorry to hear, about the passing of your mom and your husband, but sis, you are still uplifting and empowering and encouraging so many people. And I just want to commend you on that. I want to say job well done. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep taking time for yourself, because it's okay. It is okay. Oh my gosh. Y'all, okay. I hope y'all listening. She has been through a whole lot, and she is still finding it her mission to inspire, encourage, and empower other people. And so let's dive into crushing these myths. I don't know about you, but I've definitely experienced what I deem the sad woman syndrome. So that's like stress, anxiety, anger, and depression, all of them. And I feel like I'm still okay, right? Like, yes, I've experienced those things, but I have overcome them. And I just want to let, people know that, yes, it's real. And even though you may experience those things, you can still get through it, and there is still life beyond that. And so the first myth we're crushing today is many people believe mental health does not exist in our communities. Why do you think this is, sis?
It's a lot of myths that we have in our Black community, and I find ourselves accountable upon our issues that we have. Everything always gets swept under the rug since our great grandparents, our great grandparents, and they keep trickling down on through. So whatever stays in my house is in my house. Stay out my business.
Yes.
Different things like that. It's a common thing, but getting help is different. A lot of us don't seek help, and then a lot of us been betrayed a lot from getting help. But we just have to really just face the fact that we need to work on our issues that we have so we can move forward in life.
Yes. And like you said, sometimes we're betrayed by when we even get the nerve or the courage to reach out for help or to speak up about what we're experiencing and what we're going through. Because let's be honest, a lot of us, if somebody came to us and said that, they were depressed or they were thinking about, say, suicide, I honestly don't think that there's a lot of us equipped to effectively respond to something like that. And I can say for me, like, when I was going through it, I didn't really say anything because I didn't feel like my family and friends could take it. I didn't feel like, they would understand. So do you agree to that extent?
Girl, yeah, it was plenty of times I felt that way. I don't have thoughts of like, I'm not afraid to leave here today and be with God. And I feel like if it's my time, it's my time, to a point. I don't know if I say I got comfortable with dealing with it or what. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. So that's why I do grief counseling and stuff. It's just, I'm just trying to live my day for that day, because I realize that tomorrow isn't promised. Like me and my husband laughing and joking and talking about plans, and a few 2 hours later, I find perspective on life itself to a point where we have to live our lives. We have to be comfortable with things. And then if we really think about it, God takes on everybody's pain in the world.
It
gotta get talked about. He get hated.
Yes.
People is believing in other things and not him.
Other things and other people.
Yes, really feeling. It's like, I feel like it's like a slap in his face to a point like, oh, really, you going through this? But just think about the burden that I have on me. It's like me checking myself, because I'm like, man, if God could do this, I know I can, because he got me covered.
That's right.
So I just carry that mindset with me.
You touched on something when you talked about us living our lives, right? And because we never know when it's our last day, when it's our last hour, our last second, we just never know. So, living our lives to the fullest, but in living our lives to the fullest, healing our lives and getting the help that we need, so that our life could be fulfilled. And so don't put like a cap on yourself or limit yourself just because you feel like, you're going through this deep, dark kind of time in your life. Now, what do you think about this statement that people can't be successful?
With me and you successful, right? Our thing and moving forward in life. We've been through things near to death,
Yeah.
So why can't we still be successful? Why can't we still think we can still conquer everything? Because we can. It's just about our faith, and it's about us continuing to get up and keep going and keep pressing forward. We're going to feel it. We're going to see it. We're going to live it. And we have to transform our mindsets into something positive for us to move forward and do things that are for us, that makes us happy, instead of worrying about the next person being happy. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of our problems are someone else's problems. If you really it,
yes,
ain't got nothing to do with you. So if you narrow it down to self, cherish self, everything about self, your life will be so much peaceful if you can master that. It takes a long time, because it took me a while, but it is the best feeling ever. To worry about my dang old self.
yes. Worry about yourself. And that's not cap, that's not shade, but worry about yourself. Like, for real, worry about yourself. And you're right. 9 times out of 10, what we're worried about is somebody else's problem. So, like, why are we letting somebody else's problem, affect our positive vibe or affect our energy, affect, that good mental headspace? It's like, hey, bring it back around. Let's do some evaluation. Okay, what's important?
When you start to get to know yourself and who you are and take care of your mental health, you will know what you can tolerate and can't tolerate. You will start to develop a very strong discernment. Just because you love someone, it doesn't mean they have to be in your life. You could keep them from afar, because they will hold you back on so many things to come forth in your life. So
it's okay to love them from a distance.
Yes, that's a part of mental health. Sometimes we find like it's our responsibility to continue to love them and keep them in our life. I don't care if it's your aunt, Even if sometimes it may have to be your own parent,
I was just about to say that, girl. You took the words out of my mouth.
Seriously, it's just, you gotta love them from afar. Like, you can take care of your parents from home or from a distance, and do all things for them because that's your parent. But like other people, you don't have to be around them. You're not obligated to. It's just you protecting yourself, and it's okay to protect yourself, because people will make you feel bad for taking care of yourself, protecting yourself, loving yourself. They will literally make you feel bad for doing something of which you feel is best for you.
Yeah.
And that's
don't
just
fall
crazy.
into the trap, y'all. Don't fall into the trap. Okay. And to that point, don't fall into the trap. If you feel like you are, experiencing mental health challenges, if you feel like you're depressed, if you feel like you're so stressed out, or you're full of anger, or you're just anxious and full of anxiety, don't let what other people say or how other people feel about mental health stop you from healing, stop you from progressing. Wow, girl, you just said a whole lot right there. A whole lot. Listen, this is Peace and Serenity Radio Podcast. We are chatting with Miss Yvette Lloyd, y'all. I'm so excited about this conversation. We are crushing myths today. Don't go nowhere. Don't hit that mouse button. Don't close it out, y'all. Stay right here. We'll be right back. What's up, Peace Squad? Today's show is sponsored by Thank God It's Natural. Tegan products are made with Christia's passion for wellness and immense attention to detail and developed using the finest ingredients to support the health of your hair, skin, and body. Tegan is one of the leading textured hair care brands sold in 10,000 stores, including Ulta Beauty, Target, Sally Beauty, Whole Foods, CVS, and other national retailers and online. Shop thankgoditsnatural.com or your local retailer today. All right, we in this thing. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Oh my gosh. Okay, so people who experience mental health challenges, like some people say in our community that they're weak. And I feel like this particular statement is running rampant, like in our community. And has been for quite some time, like forever. And like, why is that? Is it because, there's work into having to adjust or be flexible, when we interact with those people? It's just like, what is it about that make us say, hey, that person is weak? And quite honestly, a lot of times the person is really very strong, because they've endured and they've gone through so much. But what are your thoughts about that? About, people in our community believing that people that experience mental health challenges are weak?
They crazy, they so.
Okay, right? Okay.
They have mental health issues, they dang self for
right. Right. Because everybody got a touch of something. I'm sorry, everybody got a little touch of something.
I don't know. It's like everyone feels as though they supposed to be strong, and they only see strong and weak, and that's not fair. Like, people can have it in between. And honestly, crying and letting out how you feel is therapeutic.
Yes, it is.
Like that. Yes, it's like, okay, I done been rejuvenated after this cry. Man, I needed that.
It's like a cleansing, like you get it out.
And so everybody want to pertain it to weak because they too weak to even express themselves or do things for themselves, And some people's not criers. Some people don't show their emotions. That's just how they feel. But you can't go against somebody on how they express themselves. That's just how they do it. They ain't got nothing to do with you.
So, and then, the people who find the nerve and find the courage to say that they're even going through something, I think those are the strong people, because they're brave enough to say, hey, there's something wrong. I need some help, despite what everybody else thinks, despite, if people think I'm crazy or, they don't believe me. Those people, they're brave, I think.
Very brave. Yeah. Like, seriously, because it's like, it's showing their vulnerability. A lot of people don't want to show that because they think vulnerability is a weakness. However, we do have people that do take advantage of that, and they don't want the backlash, Some people will laugh at you, So sometimes it's people protecting themselves from it, but even though it's something good for them, but there has to be a moment where you have to be like, I need to reevaluate my circle and be around people that will let me be me and let me be. So it's just people that you just can't talk to no more.
Yeah. Reevaluate your circle. Y'all hear that? I hope y'all listening. Reevaluate your circle. You should feel comfortable within your circle to say, hey, something's not right. I don't feel right. Something's going on. You should feel comfortable in that space to do that. I agree.
But, people crazy. Like I told you, they crazy.
They are. Some people don't know how to adjust. You know, some people don't have that flexibility because we're not all the same and we don't all respond the same. We don't even all communicate the same.
No.
And so, you know, in relationships, I just feel like there has to be some flexibility. Like you have to be able to adjust. You have to know, you know, who you're dealing with, who you're talking to. And it's not that, oh, you know, I'm not going to talk to that person, especially if this is your circle.
Girl, yeah.
You've got to find what to say, how to say it, when to say it. And so, you know, with that, our last myth is going to see a psychologist, psychiatrist, or counselor is a bad thing. Now, I don't know about you, but if I could sit on somebody's couch, not even somebody's couch, but in front of their desk, I don't care where we at, in front of the stove, in their car, wherever, and, you know, and talk. And just, you know, release non-judgment, you know, in a non-judgment zone. You better believe I'm going to be there and I'm going to be there early. To just, you know, free myself and be free, you know. What do you think? What do you think about that?
I think it's a great thing to do. But if you go to see a psychiatrist and you sit and talk to them, they going to tell you things that may your family have been telling you for the longest, and you may get a different view of it. It's okay. You can't say this person is wrong because they don't know you.
You
talk to them, so they can do what they evaluated. You know.
Yes.
So I think it's a great thing to even go because you will get a different point of view of yourself, and it'll help you grow. Yes. Definitely.
Oh my goodness. Well, Queen, it's been great. Do you have like any last words? Is there anything, you know, you want the listeners to know? Anything else you'd like to share? Now is the time to speak your piece.
I would like them to know that your life is valuable. It's very important, and you need to live it the way you feel like it's supposed to be lived.
Yeah.
Don't let people stop you from your dreams, your thoughts. Even if you're 50 years old and you want to pursue a dream that you never could pursue, do it now. You know, don't let people change your mind or down talk you or belittle you off things that you want to do for yourself. Continue to do that and empower yourself and put up affirmations. Do all things for you because you are more important than you think because you always put others first. And now it's time for you to put you first.
Yeah, that's amazing. Queen, how can the listeners of Peace and Serenity Radio Podcast support you? Where can we find you? You know, let us know all that good stuff.
Well, I'm on all social media platforms. LifeHer Podcast. You can follow me on there, subscribe. You can do any and everything of the LifeHer Podcast. You can go under my website, www.lifeher podcast. Wherever you type in LifeHer Podcast, that's where I'm at, girl.
Yes. And she is not lying, y'all. It is LifeHer Podcast all over the place, okay? Oh my gosh. Well, Miss Yvette, I'm so glad to have connected with you. I wish you nothing but peace and serenity in all of your future endeavors. Girl, your future is looking bright, girl.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate you. Thank you for choosing me to be on your show. I really appreciate it. I want you to continue to keep going. Don't stop. And you are amazing. You could go really far with this. You're a great interviewer.
Peace Squad. Listen, don't touch that mouse or close this app. Keep it locked right here. We'll be right back. What's up, Peace Squad? Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to thank my special guest, Miss Yvette Lloyd of LifeHer Podcast. And I want to thank our sponsor, Thank God It's Natural. It's your girl, Serena Linnell, inside the Peace and Serenity Lounge on Mix Talk Radio.